Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and I almost said late review of, but it's actually a preview of Destiny 2. I played the beta on the PS4. So the story is you are once again a Guardian, and in the beta you just pick any class. You don't get to customize it at all, but the tower is under attack by the Cabal, or at least a group of the Cabal, and they just lay waste to it. They basically capture the Traveler. I don't know how that's really possible. They use this giant harness type thing, and it steals the light. You get kicked off, and that's basically where the real game's going to begin. You do actually get to play through the action parts of the prologue, though. And in reality, there's a good amount of story and exposition, I would say far more so than there was in the original Destiny. So I am very hopeful that there's going to be a much more story-heavy game. I know they've been saying that, but you gotta wonder about the reality, and right now it's looking like that is the reality. As far as the audio goes, it's still excellent. The explosions, the gunfire, all the different sound effects sound very good. The background music is excellent, and so is the voiceover work. Dinklage Bot is not back. You do have a different voice doing your ghost. You've also got Nathan Fillion back as Cade 6, and just everyone does an excellent job where there is voiceover work. Now as for the gameplay, I've already read a bunch of articles saying that this is a months old build. They've already changed a lot of the things that I'm probably going to address, but that having been said, I can really only talk about what I have played and experienced. So let's start off with the fact that I played two of the different classes, the Hunter and the Warlock, which were generally two of the faster moving classes in the original, and they're both now considerably slower moving. And that's because, and it's something I'm going to address again and again, they're trying to balance this game more. They want the PvP to be more balanced than it was in the original game, but the problem is that balancing has greatly affected the PvE, so the speed is just one thing. The other thing is like recharge times on your grenades specifically is what I noticed the most. And the power of the grenades. Those have both been greatly affected by their attempt at balancing for PvP. By that I mean, I can huck a grenade, hit 3 dudes with it, do absolutely no damage. And in fact, there is an example of that. I was playing the prologue, and there's a part that's kind of like a mini horde mode. I run up and there's like at least 6 dudes. Huck a grenade, hits at least 3 of them, kills none of them, and then I have to wait 2 minutes using my guns, battling like just with my guns for 2 minutes straight before my grenade respawns again, and there's already new guys to huck it at, and guess what? I huck it again and it kills no one. So that for me sucks. I think that's just horribly obnoxious, and the recharge time on it is crap, especially for PvE, but the fact that it can't kill an enemy also sucks for PvE. Now I understand that you don't want people doing that in PvP, but fuck that. Just rebalance the PvP, so when you jump into PvP, there are certain rules that apply that do not apply during PvE. It is that simple. Well, at least the idea is that simple. I don't know how easy it is to program that. I assume it's fairly easy because, you know, Call of Duty does it, Halo does it, all sorts of games do that, where there are certain things that are balanced one way for the multiplayer and one way for the single player. It's been done before, so let's do it again, guys. But also the slow movement, it does actually matter, and it is actually very noticeable. I understand why the Titan would move slower, but the Hunter and the Warlock, they feel considerably slower. There's also weird things with like the classification of weapons. It's all now kinetic, energy, and then heavy, whereas it used to be like the primaries, you know, your more badass secondaries, and then your heavies. And the way they're doing it now kind of screws me because I always liked to have a sniper rifle as my secondary, and now I can't because it's a heavy, which means I'm constantly struggling for sniper ammo. Because anyone who's played is already aware that heavy ammo drops the least. It's the least common because you're supposed to use it for special occasions like bosses. So they basically turned the sniper rifle into kind of a piece of garbage. But I mean, like, you can have an energy pulse rifle and a kinetic pulse rifle as your mains. It's weird. Like, I don't understand where their thought process was on that. I honestly liked the division of the weapons in the first game. I don't like it as much in this game, because the reality of it is I didn't see a huge damage difference between energy and kinetic, so it's not like I'm switching over to a more powerful weapon when I switch off my kinetic rifle to an energy rifle. Now, I didn't play a lot of the PvP, but it did feel better overall. I mostly played the prologue twice, playing as the Hunter and the Warlock, and then I did the Strike a few times just to, you know, see what it was like, and I enjoyed it. I did, but there are some complaints I have with the gameplay, obviously. I didn't get a chance to check out the social space, and quite frankly, for the beta, I don't care. As for the controls, they're excellent, which isn't that surprising. They're incredibly precise. Bungie did an excellent job with the first Destiny, so it's not surprising that this Destiny 2, the beta specifically, is excellent as well. Lastly, the graphics. The graphics are very good. I don't see a huge improvement from the first Destiny to this one. Maybe that's just because it's a beta, it's an earlier build, but I didn't notice like massive graphical improvements. They're still good looking though. To wrap this up, it was a beta. It was shorter than I would have liked. I would have liked to experience the story just a little bit more, maybe a mission or so past the prologue, and maybe a second strike, but there was plenty of multiplayer, which again, I didn't really touch on as much. Everything felt good. Man, the controls are awesome, and the fact that there is definitely more story, I'm excited for that, and I am excited for Destiny 2. I gotta say, I actually overall enjoyed the beta. I mean, a lot of the changes suck for PvE, but they don't ruin it. Okay, so in the comments below, why don't you tell me if you played the original Destiny, not that it's that old, and what class you were, and what spec you were. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one.